everybody. Hope you guys all had a blessed week. First off, I want to apologize for my rough look today. It is just really cold here in Colorado, so I am layered up right now because I do not enjoy the cold at all. To start off this video, what if I told you that saving money is the quickest and fastest way to go broke? Now you're probably asking, well, how does that make sense? And the thing is, it really doesn't until I explain a few things to you guys that I feel like most people already understand, but I feel like if they really don't know any other ways, and if they do, they get daunted by the idea of investing their money or taking risks with their money, because then they're like, well, what if I lose it all? And so that's why today in this video I really want to explain a few different types of ways to save your money so you don't go broke, and different ways to take risks with your money that is actually going to work out for you in the long run. So to start off this video, let's say you have worked for a year and you have saved up a total of $10,000. That's the number we're going to be using for this video today. Now there's plenty of things you could do with $10,000. You could spend it, you could buy things with it, you could invest it, you could save it, you could give it away. But today we are mainly going to be talking about what you can do with your money to increase it and to prevent you from going broke. So let's say I take my $10,000 and I take it down to my local bank and I just put it into a savings account and I do not touch it. Now that, guys, is a terrible idea. That money is basically poof, gone. Like, you still have $10,000 in there, but it loses all of its value over time. And I'm kind of going to explain that a little bit. The reason it's going to lose its value is because of something called inflation. And inflation is just the increase of prices over years because of demand or market or things going on that changes the price of an item. The current rate of inflation right now in America is 2.2%. Using what's called the rule of 72, which basically just means you take whatever the rate of inflation is and divide that into 72, the number you get would be roughly about 36, and that's how many years it's going to take for your money to lose half of its value. So in 36 years, my $10,000 has just lost $5,000 worth of value. Now, keep in mind that rate of inflation is going to go up every year, so it's probably going to lose its value quicker than that, but these numbers are just to make this video a little bit easier. So, my $10,000 that I saved really just ended up costing me $5,000. Now that's crazy, guys. That's literally insane. Like, I think growing up we were told, you got to save money so one day you can retire and have a good life. But the reality is if you just save money, you're not going to be able to retire because everything's going to be too expensive to buy. Keep in mind, the reason for this is because most banks pay you 0.01% a year APY, which is really just interest rate. So that is a whole $1 a year that I'm going to make off my $10,000 sitting in the bank. Basically, here's the problem. I didn't make my $10,000 work for me. I just let it sit in the bank and it lost all its value, and I've just gained $36 over 36 years. So basically, I have $10,000 that is really worth $5,036 after 36 years. So when I go to retire, even though I saved up $10,000, I really only have $5,000. People now sometimes are like, well, in this case, I might as well just spend my money as fast as I make it and buy things and enjoy life and go out to fancy restaurants and buy things I don't need. You'd be right if you had a simple mindset. But if you change your mindset, it'll change how your money works for you. So now, let's say I take my $10,000 and I put it in a bank account that's online, like Barclay or an Ally bank account. Because these online banks aren't brick or mortar, they don't have the high cost of employees, they don't have the overhead of brick and mortar buildings, they don't have to pay as much marketing or advertising, so they're able to give out higher APYs. So a Barclays, for example, I believe right now they're giving out a little bit above a 1% APY, and other online banks are giving out as much as to like 1.30 and even 1.5% APYs. And guys, that's pretty crazy if you think about it, because your regular bank's just giving you 0.01%. The thing is, that APY is pretty, like, let's say for the 1.5%, that's a pretty close number to the 2.2% inflation. So over 36 years, I'm really making $150 off my 10 grand because of that 1.5% APY. So I'm actually going to end up, after accounting for inflation, I'm actually going to end up, my $10,000 will actually end up being worth $10,400 after 36 years. So I didn't lose any money in this case, but I definitely didn't make that much. I made, in a sense, $400 over 36 years. That's, anyone I think can do that simple math and realize that that's not the best. Now I want to go into something that is a little bit controversial. Some people say it's dangerous, some people say it's risky, some people say it's a good idea, and I want to talk about the stock market. And the stock market, guys, or really any type of investing, but mainly I want to talk about the stock market in this video. The stock market right now is paying out generally 7% of whatever money you put in. That's generally, depending on, it differs for everyone, but if you're investing in high dividend accounts and accounts that play it pretty safe, blue chip accounts that are going to pay you back and that aren't going to crash, you're going to get about 7% return on your money a year. So take your $10,000 now, and let's say you invest all $10,000 into the stock market, you're going to make 7% of that back, which is $700. So now, over 36 years, that's $25,200 you are going to make back. You lose that money for inflation, you are actually going to end up having roughly $15,000 to $20,000 value, if you get what I'm saying. Really, you would have $35,200, but it's only about $20,000 value if you get $15,000 to $20,000 because it lost half its value. But you didn't lose any money, guys, and you technically made money, in a sense. There's probably questions now about which stocks to invest to, which online bank accounts to open, and what's the best format. And I want to answer all those questions here in later videos. I don't want to make this video too long. I don't want to talk about too many things in this video. I just really wanted to cover this issue specifically, that if you just save your money, you're going to go broke, because I think that it's really important, especially for my generation, our generation, to understand that, because growing up our whole lives, we were told something totally different. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see these other videos that I'm going to be coming out with here pretty soon, subscribe to the channel. Leave any feedback in the comment section. I would love to have some conversations with you guys. That'd be awesome. I hope you guys have a blessed week, and I will see you guys next time.